Hi folks, Mr. Weston here from Mr. Weston Game Review, and I just realised I should not have these on. There we go, that's much better. So, let me see, the time's around 9:30 or so, and I thought I might actually put up my opinion on a game that just got released, not that long ago, actually, but it's actually been around for quite some time, actually, and it is Final Fantasy 4. For the iOS. A couple of things I should mention beforehand. One, the game costs about $17 on the Australian iOS store, about $16.99. Two, it's about 433 megabytes or so. 433 megabytes. And three, and most importantly, it is the DS version of Final Fantasy 4 rather than the PSP version, which has been out for quite some time now. So, a couple of things. So, let's get down to it. Let's start with the story. You play, at the start of the game, you play as the Dark Knight by the name of Cecil, who goes through a quest of redemption at the beginning of the game. He actually steals a crystal from Mysidia. So he is joined by White Mage Rosa, also his girlfriend, Dragoon Kane, and along the way he meets Summoner Rydia as a child, Talia, a sage, and he goes on this quest of revenge, I believe. Revenge is not the right word. More of a self journey of redemption and forgiveness. Trying to find out why the King of Baron actually decides to send him along his journey. I won't really ruin the story for you, but the game. Let's be honest, the game has been out for quite some time now. So if you actually haven't played Final Fantasy 4, it's actually and you actually own yourself a iPod Touch or iPhone, it's actually a good way to get involved into it because the graphics for it is actually pretty awesome, but we won't talk about them just yet. Look, for the story, it's pretty much a 4 out of 5. It's one you fall in love with, even if you already know all the story. I've pretty much finished the DS version. I finished the emulated version, and I also on my way to finishing the PSP version as well. So that's a 4 out of 5 stars for that. Next, I probably should talk about sound. Actually, the sound is pretty much spot on. Actually, which is pretty good for the iOS version. It sounds nice. You will recognize some of the nice sounds from it. It's clear, very nice. I reckon for sound we'll give that also 4 stars as well, which isn't too bad. Next is gameplay. Now, gameplay for the iOS version is also touchscreen. So, of course, as you touch when you use the controls to move around a bit. What I love that they have added is you get the easy option to pause because they use the active time battle in this game. It's actually the first Final Fantasy that decided to put it in, actually. The active time battle. For those who don't know, actions will still move while your character is actually attacking as well. So they've actually done that beautifully. You've also got an auto battle feature, which I actually think he actually did put in for the DS version, but again we'll talk about that later. And so yeah, that's actually pretty nice that they've done that. Well, graphics are good as well. Don't want to talk about that just yet. Gameplay, we will give it about maybe 3.5 stars. 3.5 is pretty good. I enjoy the gameplay of Final Fantasy 4. Had for quite some time actually. There is one thing I will mention though. There really is no OK button. It's actually you just touch the screen as well with the other, pretty much the same hand actually, if you like. So that's that. What was that last one? Graphics. There we go. Since it's It's almost a direct port of the DS version. It's just been spruced up a little bit, but it will use 3D style gameplay like they did for Final Fantasy 3 when it was released for the iOS. And look, you will like it if you enjoy the 3D version of Final Fantasy 4 rather than the 2D version, which isn't bad. It's actually not that bad. But look, for graphics, I'll give it 3.5 stars as well. So let me see. Final thought is, look, it's a good direct port of Final Fantasy 4. You will enjoy it if you haven't played it before. So for that, I will give it all up. I believe the final responses. Let me see. Sound 4 stars, graphics 3.5, gameplay 3.5. No, 4. I think I'd go for 4. And no, I can't think of the other one at the moment. So for that, about an average of 3.5, which gives it a rating of. I can't think of the rating either. My mind's gone. It's actually about almost quarter to 10 at night. I'm probably not really focusing at the moment. Well, I say quarter to 10. I said 9:30. It's about 22. So there we go. Like, if you're not happy with this, I'm not editing this. This is what I like to do. It's like 100% made up on the spot. I mean, come on, what do you get for about 6 minutes worth of footage? So there we go. Later on, I'll do a comparison as well. Comparison as well of the iOS version versus the DS version. I'll make sure I get another winner out of this. So that's that. So if you want a proper review, want to have time to think about this, do go to the Critical KO Gamers page, which I'll do. So we'll end it on around 7 minutes. So this is Mr. Weston.